Welcome, my beautiful students. How are you today, girls? How are you? Okay, my beautiful students, today, inshallah, we will start taking the new book, which is We Can. Please, I need all of you to bring your book, We Can, the second book, to start my lesson today. First of all, we will start with the day and the date. What's the day today? Today is Monday, and the spelling is Monday. What about the date? The date is 14/6/1443 after Hijrah. So please write in your book the day and the date, Monday, Monday, and the date 14/6/1443 after Hijrah. Told you girls, today we will start taking a new unit, which is Unit 1, Lesson 1. The title of our unit is about fun on the weekend, okay? We will take 2 pages, page 2 and 3. We will start my lesson with a simple question, girls, which is, what did you do over the vacation? Again, girls, if I ask you, what did you do over the vacation? You have to use the past here, saying, for example, I visited my grandparents, I traveled to Jeddah, I went to the mall, I saw my best friend, like this, okay? You have to use the simple past tense. So, if I ask you, what did you do over the vacation? You can say, I went to the mall. I traveled to Jeddah. I visited my grandparents. I saw my best friends. I ate in my favorite restaurant. So now, girls, I need you to look at this picture and make a sentence using the simple present tense. Using the simple present tense, first of all, what can you see in this picture, girls? I can see a bedroom and a boy. And the boy cleans his room, right? So we have to say, he cleans his room. This is a sentence in the simple present tense. He cleans his room. He cleans his room. What about making a sentence using the simple past tense? We have the same picture here, and we have to say, he cleaned his room. He cleaned his room, okay? What about here, girls? What can you see? I can see 5 children jumping on the trampoline, and we have to use the simple present tense, saying they practice on the trampoline. They practice on the trampoline. This is a sentence in the present simple tense. In the present simple tense. What about the simple past tense using the same sentence, girls? But we have to change the verb in the present. We have to say, they practiced on the trampoline. They practiced on the trampoline. Again, girls, they what? They practiced on the trampoline. Now, this picture, girls, what can you see? I can see a man watching TV. Now, I need you to make a sentence using the simple present tense, and we have to say, for example, he watches a DVD about sharks. So he watches a DVD about sharks. Again, girls, if I ask you to make a sentence using the simple present tense, you have to say, he watches a DVD about sharks. What about a sentence? The same sentence, but using the simple past tense. We have to say here, he watched a DVD about sharks. He watched a DVD about sharks, okay? So, now my beautiful students, I need you to write your comment on the following sentences. Number 1, we have, I cleaned my room. We have to say, for example, that's great. That's fantastic. That's terrific. As you like. Number 2, Ali cooked breakfast. We can say, that's okay. Okay? Ali cooked breakfast. We have to say, or we can say, that's okay. Number 3, Noura stayed home for a long time. We have to say, that's boring. That's boring. Okay? So, Noura stayed home for a long time. We can say, that's boring. What about number 4? Sammy watched a DVD about sharks. We can say, that's scary. So, number 1, I cleaned my room. That's great. Ali cooked breakfast. That's okay. Noura stayed home for a long time. That's boring. Sammy watched a DVD about sharks. That's scary. Okay? Now, my beautiful students, please, I need you to open your book, the second book, of course. The second book we can. On the second semester, we have to start with the second page. Please listen to the audio. After that, I will start asking you. Listen.
Unit 1. Fun on the weekend. Finding out time. Exercise 1. Listen and practice. Then do it in pairs. Regular verbs.
First, let's practice the sentences and reactions.
1,
I cleaned my room. That's boring.
2,
You practiced on the trampoline. That's great.
3,
You watched a DVD about sharks. That's scary.
4,
You kicked the ball for 3 hours. That's okay.
5,
They played computer games. That's great.
6,
The Hod studied for 6 hours. That's fantastic.
7,
Ali cooked breakfast. That's great.
8,
Vera stayed home. That's boring. Okay, guys.
Now practice in pairs. One partner.
I will start reading all the sentences. Here we have the regular verbs, as I told you before. The regular verbs end with ed. Number 1, I cleaned my room. That's boring. 2, you practiced on the trampoline. That's great. 3, he watched a DVD about sharks. That's scary. 4, he kicked a ball for 3 hours. That's okay. 5, they played computer games. That's great. Fahad studied for 6 hours. That's fantastic. Ali cooked breakfast. That's great. Noura stayed home. That's boring. Okay? Now listen to exercise 2, please, girls.
Challenge time. Exercise 2. Ask, listen, and comment. 1. Practice the comments. 1. That's fantastic. 2. That's great. 3. That's okay. 4. That's boring. 5. That's scary. 2. Sit in a circle. Ask, answer, and make comments.
What did you do over the weekend? I cooked a big breakfast. That's fantastic. What did you do over the weekend? I watched a new DVD. That's great.
Now, let's play for real.
Okay, guys, we will do this exercise together in my virtual class. Your homework is page number 71, girls, and 72 in the activity book. Okay, page 71 and 72, girls. Okay, this is the lesson today, girls. Thank you for listening and watching, and see you in my virtual class. Goodbye, girls. Goodbye.